thank you for joining me. It's been about a week, I think, since I made that video about moving away from Citadel Paints. And I gotta admit, there are one or two things that have come to mind since making that decision that I wasn't aware of before. And I just thought I'd want to share those with you in case there is anybody who's thinking a similar thing. There is certainly a lot of pros and cons to the Citadel range, but what I'll do is I'll grab one of the AK sets, and whilst we're looking at that, I'll chat through what I've been thinking. Okay guys, so you may recall that I showed you this basic starter set that I bought along with the signature set for the browns and some other colours. And in this set you get 14 colours, and I think it cost me £30. Now I got the set from Loaded Dice, and as far as I'm aware it was the cheapest that I could find this set. I think it was a really good price. So I bought the other paint set, and then I bought a Games Workshop figure. What I want to talk about is initially about this basic starter set. Now if you look at the front of the box, you see some fantastic artwork, far beyond anything that I could achieve, because I think there's a lot of airbrushing that's gone in there and I don't airbrush. But I just want to show you something that it's kind of not annoyed me, but it's kind of like, yeah, okay, you know, it's not quite what it seems. What I'm referring to is the flesh tone on this figure, on the feet and the face and the hands. Now if I show you the edge of the box, it shows you the colours that you get in this set. I can't show you the inside the box because basically I've messed about with it a bit, moving colours backwards and forwards from other sets, so I'll just show you the edge of the box. So those are the 14 colours that you get. Okay, now my question, well not my question, my how can I put it, my dismay is creating that flesh tone that I've just shown you using those colours. It's just, it would be beyond me to produce that flesh tone using those colours. So I don't think this is a good starter set. I don't think it should be called a basic starter set, because for me a basic starter set, you would have basic flesh tones initially to do your figure painting. So out of the 14 colours you would have at least 3 flesh tones, like that triad that I mentioned, yeah, the Games Workshop do. And then you would have perhaps 3 browns, and then you'd have various other colours like a blue, a green, yellows and so on to make up the 14. That to me is a basic starter set. This is almost like perhaps an intermediate set. I don't think it's basic at all. So what I've had to do, because of my skill level, I've had to go and buy more paint from AK in order to get those flesh tones that I needed. I'll just quickly show you the 2 of the box sets that I've got. So the first set is this human flesh tones, and you get I think it's 6 paints in this. Yeah, 6 paints. And as you can see, those are all the paints that you get in this set. Okay, now I think those 3 should have been in the basic set. So I got this one because now I can do my flesh tones, and I bought another set. This is the other set I bought. It's called Orcs and Green Models. So basically you can do orc flesh, but also, as you can see, you can do the combat colours, the camouflage on this helmet, and we've even got an undead here. So a useful set which contains 6 green colours. Now I think I'm right in saying those 2 smaller sets came to the same price as this this set. So I think they were $14.99 each, and this one's £30. If you're starting out and you yourself has decided that you want to use AK, then I wouldn't buy this set initially. I'd go for the other two set. Certainly for the flesh, the human flesh one, you've got some browns in there as well, so you can use that for your leathers and things like that. And then perhaps get one or two other paints and start that way. But there's something else that's cropped up, and it's because of trying to create this flesh tone that I've realised something. I wonder if there is any other company other than Games Workshop where you can get hands-on support for trying to paint figures. If there is, let me know. If you know of another company where you can basically have a chat to discuss how to paint a figure, let me know. Although I've got an issue with Citadel Paints, and as I say, I've walked away from them, which now remains to be seen, but for the moment that's what I intend to do. I can, every day of the week, jump in my car, drive 20 minutes, go into Birmingham city centre and chat over what paints I need to use in order to achieve a result. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to be able to achieve the result because it's down to my skill level, but at least there is somebody there who can advise me as to how that skin tone or that leather tone was achieved and what paints. Yeah. So I think that is a big plus for the Citadel range. Now I know that it's different for people in different parts of the world. You know, you may not have a local Warhammer shop in order to be able to do that. Most of the cities and towns in England do have a Warhammer or Games Workshop. You know, there's for me, being in the Midlands, there's one in Dudley, one in Wolverhampton, one in Warsaw, one in Birmingham. I think there may be one in Coventry. You know, so it helps you to create what you want to create by having that contact. One of the surprises I wanted to show you about using the AK paint, this is an Ogre that I didn't quite finish, and I decided to use him as a bit of a test figure for the AK. One of the things that was a huge surprise to me was the matte finish on these paints. As I say, I'm so used to Vallejo and Citadel that the matte the matte finish on these AK paints was a bit of a jaw dropper. This is, as you can see, this is one of their flesh tones that I've put over a previous bit of paint, just to see how well it went on, and also, you know, to try and get that muscle tone, which doesn't look too bad from the camera, I've got to be honest. But it almost very nearly looks chalky. Again, that may be down to me not using a sufficient number of coats and using them too thick, and I should be thinning them a bit more. Let me put the recent dwarf figure next to it so we can see the difference between the Citadel finish and the AK finish. So this is Jeff, you remember? Those are all Citadel paints on there, I think. I didn't use any Vallejo on there. And as I say, that arm is done in AK. So that's all I wanted to say, really. For, you know, after spending some time using the AK paints, and the sudden realisation that the transition hasn't been as easy as I expected, which is possibly my fault. I was expecting to just pick up another set of paints and just be able to produce what I've produced before. That's not that's not quite the case. Alright, I hope that wittering wasn't too heavy. And the other thing I want to say before I forget is I really appreciate the feedback when I posted the moving away from Citadel Paints video. There's quite a few of you commented, and it was great to see not only the support from you guys for my decision and the understanding as to why, but also your own experiences and why you don't use Citadel paints and what paints you do use. It was really interesting, and as I say, really supportive, so thank you for that. Anyway, it's Saturday night. My wife is out doing some singing as part of her barbershop. I've got about 4 hours in the house by myself, so I'm going to see if I can get another figure painted. Thanks ever so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you soon.